guys, Ted the Gaming here, and today I'll be talking about if AQW is dying. So, over the past recent years, AQW was growing into a really strong game. I think at its prime time it was 2010, 2009, 10, 11, 12. 2013 was a pretty good year as well. It started dropping in 2014 when the time of the botters came. Well, I guess you guys can blame me for botting, but yeah, 2014, 2015, 2016. It's about to be 2017 in 20 or so days, and the game has dropped dramatically in popularity, and economical wise. So as you can see, Alright, so as you can see, there are only 7,000 people playing. There used to be about 15,000 plus players playing, and almost there was like a server list that dropped down over here. I think, I will show you now. Okay, so this was like a server list when AQW was, quite a new game. I think this was 2009 when Pumpkin Lord came out. And this screenshot shows about 10,000 people playing, which is acceptable for like a new game that's 1 year old. And as you can see, there were way more servers running at that time than there are right now currently. This server list shows this is actually I think a Portuguese server list, so the bottom three are kind of new, but usually if you come from the US or like Australia or Oceania, you would only see from Twilly up to Galanoth, and this was basically like the prime time of AQW when Maximilian Lionfan came out. This was probably around 2012 where AQW was in its prime time, and you can see that there were 14,000 players venturing. They needed 2 member servers in case one of them got overpopulated, and they had quite a lot of canned chat servers since there was an increasing amount of kids playing the game. And you can also see here that there are tons of other servers that were running and up during AQW's prime time. And even when the game started, AQW was a pretty strong game with around 10,000 players playing at a time when the game hadn't been updated, and this was like all year round. So compared to now, right now there are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 servers up right now with 11,000 players. But right now there are only 10 servers as well, but 3,000 people less. 3,000 people playing less playing. And this game has been updated so many times, like every week, and the amount of effort and time this game has put in, it's not being paid off. And yes, there were tons of times when a lot of the servers were full, mainly Artix, Cicero, and Twilly, or sometimes Twig, were always full, as you can see, like that. Very populated, 16,000 players, that's quite a lot for AQW only. So then, there comes to one of my massive conclusions that AQW is actually starting to fall apart. As you can see, the population has decreased dramatically from their prime time, and obviously that happens to every game. But here's the thing, half their staff members have left the team. It's only Artix and Cicero and Alina who are actually dedicated their pretty much half their lifetime, because Artix has actually been working here for 14 to 15 years already in AE. And on this game is about to reach its I think it already has reached its 6th anniversary, I think. And yeah, that's how the game is quickly dying. There are also half the population of AQW right now are probably all botters, like non-human players, people using automatic AHK programs or HTML programmed scripts such as Lebot, Dark Mystic, and CarbonBot. So I will show you an example. If I join time space, just the normal time space room, you shall see everyone on this room. I guarantee you. Yeah, there we go. And they're all executing the same repetitive commands each together. Like when you say hi, no one will respond, and they all move in a particular pattern, except some people. But these guys are mainly all bots, and that's pretty much how the game works. I kind of feel guilty for doing this 2 years ago, like explaining how to download the hack 2 years ago, but I think I kind of destroyed the game. But I'm not here to complain about the game, but more to tell you that this game is slowly falling apart and looks like it's about to die. When you actually go onto Google and type up "is AQW dead?" right there are like tons of forums asking if AQW is a dead game. Starting from 2014 mid-year, as I said before, 2013 was still a good year. 2014 started dropping apart a little bit. A lot of staff members like Tomix or died. I'm joking, not died literally, but like left for university studies. And I think AE thought that they could handle weekly updates of flash art designs, and they could, but like I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened because I stopped playing a little bit. 2015, people start saying, "Is it dead?" 2017, let's check out the Reddit chats when people actually, yeah, so they talk about that many of the servers have been shut down. Yes. Yes, the game does get repetitive, and if you can see, read all these comments, it's all about, oh, I've sorted to start botting, but still so, okay. Yeah, I think botting kind of destroyed the game, no thanks to people around. But yeah, this game was extremely successful back in their prime time. Like really successful. It was advertised everywhere. It had enough funds and money to be advertised on YouTube, on Facebook, Twitter, like any website, any cheap website you go on, you'd find the ad. And that's basically how I started off the game, because it was overly advertised during 2009, 2010 periods, and that's why I started playing it. And obviously this is not my 2009 account, but this is my 2010 one, because my other one got banned. But here's just an overview of all my items. So I've got quite a lot of items, and overall, as you can see, like if you have a look at their badges, they've done a lot of work creating all this flash art. Tons of flash art, tons of programming. Of course not hard, but millions amount of work. The wiki team also spending tons of hours on AQW. And probably one of the most enthusiastic things that uh, boosted the morale of this game was like the kids coming from home ready to farm up for their ungodly reavers of Nogath, farming their ass off and then starting making new friends with other people, chatting, and then getting banned on chat for swearing and being a stupid, immature brat. That was probably one of the most fun parts. Until botting came out, everyone became antisocial and no one started to talk with each other. Battles no one did any battles together anymore after the 2013 period. People just got Necromancer. Necromancer came out in 2012, I think, and that's when the game changed. Soloing classes with extreme lifesteal came out, and remember, this game was purely like pay to win if you play PvP. Like, it's not based on skill if you play PvP. This is why the game died, because of bots. You can get like scripts. I'll show you right now. Um, you can legit just download like account and healing bot auto hotkey. As you can see, AHK program script. You can buy like bot scripts and stuff off online to slide, move faster. There are like tons of videos. I'll recommend you, like Bladefire 13 sliding around, freaking casting non-stop spells, not wasting any mana. I'm not saying he's just the only one who's doing it, but in the PvP community there are about like 100 people like cheating, saying that they're pro, pretending they're like PvP professionals and stuff like that. Like that's stuff of bullshit. I'm guarantee AQW doesn't require any sort of calculation once spotting has come. AQW like combat trophy PvP farming was actually fun until 1v1 came out. Bloodrot Brawl was fun as well. And if you see how active like the moderators are, they update content every week. But like some things are just really old. Like the featured artist shops. I'm pretty sure I saw this last year when I relogged to check like once per annum. I saw this last year and probably the year before. I don't think so, but yeah, this I'm just looking at everything and going, yo, this is like so cliched. I've seen this 1,000 times. Is there anything new? Member pets, nothing new. Like, of course, there are like cool things like new flash art designs, but right now, flash art can be done by any scrubby little 5-year-old kid. Like, this is just it does look cool. I mean, look at this. It looks pretty okay. But for flash art, they need to do something better. Like, oh, what the fuck? Like, something more animating. But like, they're small team, of course, and you don't expect much from that. And that's probably one of the main reasons why they're dying. And of course, I've talked about botting affecting the population. Now I've talked about items. Now I'm going to talk about co-op. So this game has like no co-op. It doesn't recommend co-op. Everything's like solo. They literally put out necromancer classes. Like everything is almost like a necromancer now. Do I have any classes that look like that are like classes like, I don't know. Yeah, these classes are all like OP or something. I'm pretty sure they're like overpowered, and like anyone who used to have guardian or like defender, they're all like underpowered now. Guardian used to be a really strong, really powerful class in PvP, like really powerful during 2009-2010 period, until some bullshit class called Necromancer came out. Then lots of remakes of and reskins of Necromancer, like Pinkomancer, Greenomancer, Greyomancer, or some crap just comes out, costing 2,000 AC. Then like farmable classes came out, and people just thought of the idea, let's make a bot. So like, yeah, let's make a bot. And I thought, yeah, let's make a video on how to download bots to get some views off kids. That worked pretty well for me. But look at all my treasure right now. 7,000 Legion tokens, bro. That's pretty good. And that's probably why the game's dead as well. People botting really hard to get items like this. It really destroyed the game. And 2 million gold seems fishy. And yeah. Also, another thing that destroyed the game, like a little bit, was the fact that I'll show right now that the bank, that the Doom spinny things were like overpowered. It pretty much like I think you had like one free spin every day or something. Pretty much overpowering armors like all this shit I see here right now. I get all from the freaking spinny things. You also get classes as well. Anything that says Doom at the front of it, I'm pretty sure half of you know what I'm talking about. All these Doom things, you get it from spinny things, and pretty much made every level 1 have like the most like OP looking items. And another aspect of the game was that this game had no mechanics to it. There were no boss mechanics to it as well. Like, there was pretty much no boss you couldn't kill except Vordred, which he could be killed. Like, I have a video of a team and I killing Drakarth. I probably could have soloed him by now, because I have Necromancer, and that's all you need. Or like some Elemental Dracomancer or something. Everything has Mancer at the end of it, that's another thing. But, yeah, there were no bosses that actually could be soloed, and there are no mechanics, so there's no method to kill them, except get a life-stealing class like Necromancer. Or whatever freaking healing class there is. There's no mechanics. Like maybe there is on PvP, but in PvP it's mainly just used mage, burst everyone down, spam, 2 3 4 5 6, 2 3 4 5, get some potions, and there you win. Get a healer as well. You get a healer, put some hacks in him so he doesn't lose mana. Spam number 2, spam heal right here. You just win the game. That's how people roll. Yeah, and that's what made the game quite boring, because it was all about if you just like get, oh, I can't equip that, but if you get a class like this, all you need to do is just keep clicking on these buttons and you kill enemies. There was pretty much no there are a few combos in the game, but not a lot, and that's what really didn't work out fine. The most fun I had playing AQW was probably using the Chunin class, because you actually needed to work out, if you were farming, what to use. So you would like use, I haven't used this in ages, but W, it's not W, this is 3, 3, 2, 4, or something like that. Like, use your tornado first, then your tsunami, then whenever you can, spinning dragon. Just keep spamming these two. Before you kill the enemy, you do that. That's pretty much how the game goes, and make sure you have a crit rate, so your last one crits hard, because if you don't crit, you get stunned yourself. And that was like pretty much the only mechanics there were in the game. That's why I like playing this class. And yeah, no mechanics in the game made the game boring. All you had to do was spam 2 3 4 5 and kill the whole room of enemies. And once people figured out how to bot, there was no need to play the game anymore. You just, little drop down menu here, click up, select your thing, click start, and get to level 65 fast. Show off your coolest armor and call yourself good at the game, although it takes no skill. You see, I'm good at the game because I bought, seems legit, right? But the game was actually fun when I got my Undead Legend legit. I mean, it was like the coolest armor in the game that time. Legion Titan and Ungodly Reavers was the way to roll back then. But unfortunately, times change. OP armors come out, like this retarded piece of junk here comes out of nowhere. And everyone gets OP armor. There's no such thing as rare armor anymore. No one cares, because the old things like Frost Void of Nolgath and the Blood Void of Nolgath, they're all gay. No one likes them anymore. No one has heard of it. Another thing that made the game 4 was the fact that cool armors came out. Like, if putting aside the idea of botting, cool armors came out. So scrubs could get like easy armor like this, like non-farm, like, if let's put aside the idea of bot, but scrubs like level 1 could like get sets like this and make them look really OP and stuff. But back in the old days, you used to have to farm really hard. You had to farm really hard for like a Paragon Cape or something. Like Beetle Bass was the way to go that back then, bro. Ungodly Reavers was like the most revered item in the game, and yeah, AC items was like just for the rich people, and that was pretty much the game back then. Until it started falling apart when new armors came out, the game became boring because no one, no one needed to get the armors. And as a kid, I was a really big fan of the AQW questlines, storylines. Legit, I played every update, wasted my whole life on it. The world map looked way better. It looks disgusting now, but there were way more new items. There were like way less. There was way less maps. Now like the whole place has been populated, and the map was like only about this big, except you could see frozen Northlands here. I'll show you. I mean, this was the old times. This was the 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 AQW map ages ago. Like I actually missed this map, although there are like tons of good features now. These maps were like one of the best. I remember when I was still playing. This was the prime time where I played. During this time, the maps were like undeveloped and tons of new content were about to come out. AQ Zombies had just come out, and when you clicked on it, every map was invaded by a zombie invasion during like 2012 or 2013 birthday. But everyone was really excited to see what the skull place was here. We always thought with my friends, I always thought it was a Nolgath rare drop place, like some boss place or something, but um, that never happened, so that's probably why I don't like this game anymore. One of the one of the things that I also liked about AQW was that the Testosterone Miltonia secret backwards, that was a good place. AQW used to have like a really strong team back then, like, but it was small. But they had a lot more moderators before, and every time they made a map, they would think, every update they would put some secret in it, something enjoyable about it, so it would take up your Friday afternoon or your Saturday morning, depending where you live, and it would be pretty interesting. But the new updates right now, they're all just shops, flash arts. They've run out of ideas, and it's not that fun. And they don't have enough secrets in there, and it just doesn't feel like the game anymore. And that's one of the major reasons why the game is also dying, is because no one actually plays the campaigns anymore. Yeah, because it starts getting boring and repetitive. So just talking about this game, it makes me feel nostalgic, but that's all I have to say for now, pretty much. The game is falling apart, so it's dying. I don't think it's gonna come back, to be honest. This game is pretty much almost done for, and if you just started the game, good for you. There's plenty of things to explore for you, but if you're an old player like me, like someone who's played during the start of the game, the game's pretty much done for. The team's dead. Like, not dead, but they're working on new projects. They don't have time anymore. They've got their own families at home right now. I know I follow Artix Krieger on Instagram and Cicero. They've got their own family, so they probably won't spend a lot of time here. This game was a huge success back a few years ago, making tons of money, but it's about to die. And Battle On saw this coming 2 years ago, and they decided, right, we should make an AQ 3D game, a 3D game, MMORPG style. Because they knew that this game was dying, and they needed to create something better. So they went with AQ 3D, but that also is pretty much dead as well. And to make a successful MMORPG game, you need a lot of funding, a lot of support, advertisements and things like that, which I will help because I know Battle On RTX Entertainment is a really good company and I totally support them, but in my opinion I believe that they are slightly falling down slowly every day, but I will try and see if I can support them. Anyway, that's all we have time for today. Thank you for watching, and comment below if you are still watching and have different opinions on what you think about AQW.